Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Happy 2018 again. So we're here for our mid-monthly reading for the month of January 2018. Before I get into information about this month's reading, I just wanted to give a couple of quick announcements. First, to my returning subscribers, thank you very much for all of your wonderful comments that you've been leaving me. I really do appreciate your comments, your likes, and also for subscribing to the channel. For new viewers, I hope that you enjoy the reading, and if so, please feel free to share the video, and also please subscribe to the channel. That way you will be notified when I upload new videos, so you won't have to keep coming on and trying to find me. It will just appear as a notification. I did, at the beginning of January, I did the first giveaway, the full moon giveaway. So I had a winner for that one. She will be getting a 1-question reading coming to her. And this month, for those of you who did not participate and would like to, there's a second chance. We'll be having a second full moon at the end of January. So be looking out for the extra video that I put out on that full moon to find out how you can enter into the drawing and win your own free personalized reading. So stay tuned for that. Also, just another note about subscribers. I'm doing a special sort of push to get subscribers. So when I reach, my goal is to reach 5,000. And when and if I do, I will be doing a very special video for that. And I'll be giving away to do a drawing. And the person who wins the drawing will be getting a free reading for the remainder of the year for 2018. So depending on when I reach the 5,000 subscribers, if I reach it, within the next few weeks or month, then that person will receive, a free monthly personalized tarot reading for the rest of 2018 for each of the months of the year. So be looking out for that. So please, I do ask that you share the videos, subscribe if you haven't, help me reach this goal. I would be very grateful if you could. Okay, so to get into our reading, I'll be doing a mid-monthly reading today, focusing mainly on the areas of romance and relationships, and then career and finance. Okay, and it will be an individual reading for each of the signs, but looking at those two specific areas. For the main reading, for the romance and relationships portion, I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And for the career and finance portion of the reading, I will use the Good Tarot deck, also by Colette Baron-Reid. And then I'll be pulling a couple of oracle cards to accompany the reading in order to save time. I will be shuffling, meditating, and pulling, already laying out the spread off camera just to really save us a little bit of time so we can get into the reading and try to keep it around the, 30-minute mark. So that's why you won't see the shuffle for this mid-monthly. Okay? All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in 1 second for your individual sign reading. Thanks for now. Hi, Gemini. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Again, this is for mid-month January, focusing on here along the back, and I'll go through each of the cards with you. We have the career and finance portion of your reading, and the cards along the front and off to the right. That will be for your romance and relationships, okay? Just a quick reminder that these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way that you can get a really personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, please check out my site. That is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. Or you could also email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. And that way I would be able to provide you with a private reading, really focusing on what's going on in your life right now. Okay, let's start. We have, as your first card, 7 of Water. This would be the 7 of Cups in the traditional tarot, followed by the 4 of Fire in the present position, so the 4 of Wands. And the future positions, the energy for the end of the month, moving into February, you have more water energy, messenger of water. And this would be the Knight of Cups in the traditional tarot. And the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month of January for you, Gemini, focusing on career and finance, you have Major Arcana number 21, the World. Okay, so let's go through these cards, and then we'll get to the 2 oracle cards that I drew. Beginning with the Seven of Water. Water energy, or the cup, or the suit of cups in the traditional tarot, has to do with our emotions. It has to do with love, relationship. It can have to do with psychic abilities as well. It's mainly, our emotions and how our emotions sort of push us through life, how they, how our feelings move things along, and how our feelings influence our behavior and our relationship. So, with the Seven of Water, this is it's a card that really speaks of having too many options or too many choices, and not really being able to focus our energies on one particular option or choice. It always makes me think of a child, and a child being in front of like a candy store or a toy store and seeing all of those wonderful options in front of them, and having so many to choose from that they don't really know which is the best, or that it's really a very flowy sort of up in the air type of energy. When if this were a relationship reading, it can have to do with dating and having quite a lot of suitors, having a lot of dating a lot of people. But here, since we're focusing on career and finances, this could be and this isn't, it shows up in the past position, so this could be what you've been going through during the first couple of weeks of January, or even going back to the end of December last year. So you could have been maybe looking at different job opportunities, right? Maybe you're looking to change careers. This sometimes appears when you are, you're online, you're on the job board, sort of taking a look at all the different job opportunities out there for you. Kind of imagining yourself, in each of those different roles or positions, and then possibly even, applying for some of them. But is this, it's this very dreamy energy, right? Sometimes this dreamy world is not ideal, right? Because sometimes when we get stuck in this dreamy world, there are too many illusions. We tend to, since we're not focusing on one specific cup or one specific opportunity, we end up kind of scattering our energies and not picking, anything, not really of achieving anything. So it's, there is a cautionary element to the card. So this could have been, just you really looking at all your options, in the past, but not really focusing on one of them. But then in the present, you have a very stable energy. So, this being in the past position and then showing up with the Four of Fire, this shows that, that a decision was possibly made. You did pick one of these cups here because it's a very stable energy, right? The fours in the tarot, it's a very stable, very solid foundation type of energy. And the suit of fire has to do with the day-to-day activities that we do. It also has to do with like our jobs. It has to do with our careers, our creative endeavors, and just our own ambition and excitement and passion for, doing the jobs that we do, or for, for the work that we do. It's also, it's a suit that deals with acting on intentions. So whereas, with the suit of swords, it's all mental, cerebral energy, it's us coming up with plans. The suit of fire comes in to really act on it and move on whatever the intention is. It's really about turning those intentions into action. Now, the four of fire, sometimes it has to do with like homes, right? Our houses. It has to do with, can be with reaching a milestone. So, if this is, if this was you in the company, possibly weighing up your options, looking at different, possibly jobs outside of the company, things like that, the Four of Wands might be reaching reaching, having an achievement, celebrating an achievement, reaching some type of milestone. Maybe this is the promotion. Though I kind of think of the like the Six of Wands more as, the recognition card, but the Four of Wands, it can have to do with some type of milestone. Usually we think of it with, marriage, right? It's like the marriage, the home and family kind of card. Again, we're looking at career and finance here. So this could just be you, feeling more grounded, you kind of setting your sights on something and then beginning this new creative phase. So there might be a celebration having to do with this new creative phase, right? So this could also have to do with you partnering up with other people. Maybe when you were considering all these different options, you did partner up with somebody. It's a good card. It's a solid card, and it speaks of relationships. It also speaks of celebration, with regards to whatever this creative project is. The Four of Wands can also have to do with like well-deserved success. So there's joy and celebration from this success. Can be new contacts, a new sense of security, since, I was mentioning about the four being stability. So maybe, once you decided on one of these cups here and really moved on, went after it, this has brought about a new sense of security, right, into your life. And then the outbound energy is this messenger of water. Now, when court cards appear in a reading, they can be people, actual people that we're dealing with over the next 2 weeks, right, during the time period. If so, then this would typically be like a middle-aged water sign individual, not gender specific, right? These are general readings, but, typically a more middle-aged Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio individual. Or this could just be, events, situations that you're dealing with that might be coming up, right, towards the end of January, moving into February. Or this might be you taking on the energy of this messenger of water, even though you're an air sign, Gemini, this could be you taking on this energy. So again, we've already, it's water energy, so feelings, right, having to do with possibly our feelings and our emotions, but messengers bring in news. Whereas the pages in the tarot are the ones who bring, they're the messengers who typically bring in news. The knights, which is what the message of water in the traditional tarot will be, the Knight of Water or Knight of Cups. The knights are the ones who, yes, they bring in messages, but they also act on the messages, okay? So this Knight of Cups, again, if this were a relationship reading, this usually we would think of this person as the knight in shining armor. So somebody who's very romantic, really ruled by his heart. If there's a heart or head decision, the knight will always go with his heart. He's very much ruled by his emotions, ruled by his heart, very sensitive. So could be an individual that you're dealing with, right? Or this could just be the situation or you taking on this energy. And if so, this is, it's you feeling sort of more emotionally aware, possibly. You sort of seeing the best in the situation or feeling very happy about what this situation is. And since we have, the stable energy of the Four of Fire in the present here, it seems as though as you, move towards the end of January, there might be a new offer coming in that's going to bring you, emotional fulfillment, happiness, joy. This could be, you feeling as though you have what you desire, whatever this offer is, or, as you're moving out of the month of January, you're feeling very, you're feeling very happy and really sort of in love with life and with whatever this opportunity is. The overall energy for the period being the World card, this is Major Arcana number 21, the World. This just shows that, it's the end of something. So this possibly the Seven of Water appearing here in the past position, there could have been some choice where you were weighing up, maybe, looking at where you're working compared to all the other opportunities out there, right? And maybe there was some type of decision that brought about greater financial stability, brought about a sense of greater stability. And then, this messenger of water could be bringing in a new job offering, which, would really tie in with the world here, because the world is the last card in the major tarot, right? The world card is the culmination of the fool's journey. So the fool begins at the zero, right? Embarks on this new exciting endeavor or journey, and then goes through all of the, the spiritual changes and trials and tribulations until he reaches the world card. So the world card really is, it's a culmination, it's the ending or the completion of a very long, very significant cycle in somebody's life, right? And there is this promise of a new beginning after it. So, with the world appearing as the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of January, I'm getting the message here that, whatever this new possibly job offer is or new offer, this could even be, like a creative endeavor, partnering up with other people here. It's kind of been a long time coming. I feel as though it's not, it wasn't an overnight kind of thing. This is something that, it's either been a long time coming, or, it's going to really close a significant chapter in your life, and you are going to be ready to embark on a new chapter, right? Because the world card, that's interesting. I just noticed, as many times as I've used this deck, I've never noticed the key. There's a keyhole at the top. Never noticed that. So this card in this particular deck, it's called Perspective, and it's about changing or shifting your perspective on your life right now. Sort of experiencing life and really understanding about this, the connection between you here on earth, and then, obviously the divine sort of partnership with spirit. So it's all about aligning with spirit, allowing whatever miracles to come through. But it's also about, perspective on whatever this new phase is that you're beginning. And it does seem as though there's this, there's something new coming in, but it's a big change, and it's a big new beginning for you. So, and it's all about your perspective, and trusting in whatever this new thing is, because it's divinely guided with the world card. This is divine. This is spirit. This is major arcana. So definite, divine orchestration at play over the next couple of weeks. Now, the other two cards that you have as the oracle cards for the career and finance, you have trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. And, oops, I always manage to knock things over when I'm setting cards up. There we go. And Desert Passage. There's trust, there's a divine plan. So again, the messages seem to come or are echoed in these two cards, because let's begin with the Desert Passage card from the Sacred Traveler deck. And this card says, even if it seems that life has areas of barrenness, beneath the surface, life is transforming in accordance with your highest good. Trust that you are guided, even if it doesn't always seem like it. There are spiritual guides, allies, and angels surrounding you. Listen with your heart. Act on your instincts. Believe that the messages you are being given are in your highest good. Get down to basics. Trust what you feel. And then the card that came out here is Trust. That's interesting. Okay, so the other card is from the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue. The Trust card says, the angel sent you this card as validation that your feelings are trustworthy guides as you aspire to make healthy life changes. Your dreams and desires are clues to your life purpose, as your soul calls out to you through the language of feelings. If you're discontent in any situation, trust these feelings. If you're excited about the prospect of, for example, returning to school or opening your own business, trust these feelings. If your gut is warning you about a certain person in your life, trust these feelings. The first step is to notice your feelings. You do so by creating some quiet time alone where you can talk with yourself. Ask yourself questions like, what do I really want? And what is best for my life purpose? And then notice the physical and emotional feelings that come in response. Your feelings have the physical embodiment of heaven's guidance for you. Trust in their validity, even if you don't understand them or feel certain about what they mean. So, yes, definitely here. I mean, I think that whatever this Seven of Water was, there was something to do with, needing to make a decision. There were too many choices. Could have been job opportunities, right? Checking out different opportunities. Could have something to do with, just like it was saying here, weighing up all the options. So this could have been, should I go back to school? Should I take this new job? Should I start working on my own? Should I partner up with this other person? Should I, all of these should I's floating around here with the Seven of Water. It seems like here, there's solid energy. So it's, you decided on something, you're excited about what this new thing is, right? But there does involve, or there is a certain element of trust involved here, right? Trusting in your feelings to guide you, trusting in this divine plan. And there is a divine plan because it's very divinely guided with the World card here as the overall energy. Definite divine orchestration at play, I would say, for career, projects, finance over the next couple of weeks. Okay, let's shift gears. Move these over just a little bit, and I will move the camera as well. Okay. Can we see it? There we go. It's a bit better. So we have, for the love and romance portion of the reading, our first card is card number 49, Observer. In the present position, we have, that's pretty fitting. In the present, we have Here and Now. And the last card, in the future, or the outbound energy for the month of January, we have Exchanging Gifts, card number 27. And the overall energy for the next 2 weeks, we have card number 22, Blessed. And the two oracle cards, I'll go ahead and show them to you. We have, from the Whispers of Love deck, Romance. And from the Romance Angels, we have Wedding. Interesting. So, Gemini, starting off with the Observer card. So what this card really speaks of is about our perspective on a certain situation, since here we're looking at romance, relationships, it's kind of about needing to see the situation or the relationship for what it really is, which isn't that easy because, we are humans, and so we tend to view things through our own personal lens, right? And so we think that there is only one reality, which is our reality. But, as an observer, and it's saying, in order to gain more perspective, you need to take this more neutral observer kind of vantage point. Okay, and now it might be, or it wasn't, this is showing up in the past position, so could be, 2 weeks, going 2 weeks back, or even back into the end of last year. You might have needed to, kind of step back, observe a situation, relationship from a different vantage point. It's kind of that feeling where, you can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Things are all very much confused. Maybe somebody says something to you, but you interpret it a different way. You hear it a different way. So it's really asking you to kind of take this time out, take a few steps back, look at the situation from a different vantage point, a different point of view, in order to, see things for what they really are, as opposed to allowing your personal opinion of whatever the situation is to cloud your, to cloud the relationship or to cloud things, right? Because sometimes we do allow our feelings and our experiences to really cloud over whatever it is we are trying to understand instead of, seeing things for what they really are. Which brings you to the here and now, which is interesting because this card does speak of the need for, the importance for being present, right? Being fully in the moment, living one day at a time. So there might have been something to do with this, needing to see things from a different vantage point to bring you to this present position, because the main idea of this here and now card is that, you see how she is just she's actually sitting on top of this egg, right? Which is not an easy thing to do, in quite a delicate position here. But she's very present. She's very mindful, right? She's here in the moment. The past is behind her, which she no longer has any control over. The future is ahead of her, right? She can't touch that either, can't control that. The only thing that she can really control and touch and has any say over is what is going on here and now in the present. And that's really what the main idea of this is. So yes, if we think about relationships, sometimes we might think, oh, it'd be so nice to have, that type of relationship, and we're wishing for it to come in and, thinking about it in the future, or thinking back to the past on, a past relationship that we might kind of romanticize a little, think that it was maybe more wonderful than it actually was at the time. But, we can't do anything about those past relationships, and, we can try to attract things into our lives, but, really the only thing we can control is now. It's the now that's really available. So stay present, right? Stay aware of what's going on right now. And focus on, the opportunities. You see there's a door here. There's this door of opportunity right here in the present. So maybe by changing or having changed your perspective, right? Seeing things from maybe seeing a person from a different perspective. Maybe there's somebody who you've always viewed as more of a friend, or maybe there's somebody who you viewed as, not really your type, or, kind of out of reach in the sense that, you didn't think that maybe you had that much in common, or didn't really think that you would come together. But this is saying, keep yourself open, right, to these possibilities. There are many opportunities here and now in the present, but you have to really be focused on the here and now to be open and to accept and find and come across these opportunities. Now, what's coming up in the future is 27, exchanging gifts. And this card has to do with the need for give and take, right? It's the law of giving and receiving, okay? The sort of, when you're in a relationship, and if this is you opening yourself up to a new relationship, in any relationship, there's a need for give and take, right? Love is an exchange, right? It's an exchange of life force, this energy between two people. So it grows when it's, when it's reciprocated. So you must give and receive. You can't just give and expect that, expect the relationship to work without receiving anything in return. Just the same as you can't expect to just take from the other person and, have a balanced relationship. Things don't work that way. There does need to be this give and take, give and receive, right? So open your heart, allow it to be filled, and then give of yourself, give of your heart. And if this is you being open now and, and really wanting or accepting or, opening yourself up to these new opportunities, when they come in, this give and take is really important, right? Allow love to come in. Allow it to flow out of you too. It's the give and take that's really important with this card. And then the overall energy is a beautiful card to have for the next 2 weeks. It's blessed. And like you would think, it's a card that speaks of blessings. It's a card that speaks of something kind of unexpected. You see how she's floating through the sky, right? And this looks kind of like a shell. There's all, you can also see the face of like spirit in there. So it's something wonderful that's unexpected, sort of this unforeseen gift dropping down in your lap from spirit. So, if this has to do with relationship, this could be, look, this could be you looking out into the universe. You see the observers looking out at the moon here. This could have been you looking to spirit, looking to the universe for some type of sign, for something new to open up in your life, right? And this card just comes in to say, you are definitely moving towards a very special, very blessed type of relationship. You're meant to make this connection. It's a blessed connection, a blessed union, something that's blessed by spirit, the divine, the universe. And it's also, it just brings me back to this, you need to be open to this. You need to be present because there is something beautiful coming in. And the other two cards that came out as clarifiers just really do add to the message here of beautiful things coming in for you. So card number 25 from Whispers of Love is romance. And it says quality time is what is needed, whether you're in a relationship or between relationships. Do something special that brings romance back into your life. If you are single, it is important that you do something for you. So yes, focus on you. Focus on you here. In order to be where you need to be, right, emotionally, and be willing to and able to give of yourself when this new relationship comes in. And then the wedding card says this situation involves marriage. You drew this card because an upcoming wedding, your own or someone else's, it comes to you because marriage plays a role in the answer to your question. For some people, this card could be a validation that you will get married and ask you to keep the faith and continue enjoying your life without worry about your future marital status. For others, this card signals that you'll meet a significant other at an upcoming wedding or experience something that will lead to a new romance for you. It can also represent your parents' marriage and the way it affected your feelings and beliefs about relationships. In a few cases, this card asks you to look at your present and past marriages and review your feelings with the intention of healing your heart and your relationship. Perhaps it's time to enlist a marital counselor to help you both sort out how you feel. And sometimes this card can signal the end of a marriage, in which case the angels support everyone involved as you come to an understanding with the experience and renew your heart's willingness to love. Now, obviously, many people watching these videos, so there are many different interpretations, but I feel more that there is, something coming in, and it could very well be that you meet somebody, quite unexpectedly, but it was this divinely timed meeting, maybe at somebody else's wedding, right, or a wedding ceremony, something like that. Or for some of you out there, you might actually be meeting somebody, and you might be open now to meeting a new person, and a wedding might be in the plans for you. So, and if it's not a traditional wedding like we see represented here on the card, it might just be a more like a more stable, taking the relationship to a next level type of thing, or just meeting somebody who you feel very strongly about and committed, and might not even be this need to have a wedding. I mean, not everybody gets married nowadays, but it does involve and you meeting another person. It's this blessed, this divine sort of meeting, a divinely blessed relationship. And you need to be open to this, right? And need to kind of work on yourself and be open when this relationship appears. So interesting messages for the next couple of weeks for you. So I do hope that the messages have helped in some way, Gemini. I thank you very much for joining me here today. Be looking out for the February 2018 general readings. I'll be posting those by the end of the month. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of January. Bye for now.